Good morning, team.
Good morning.
How's everyone?
Doing well.
Well, okay, so today is our last meeting for the year. And obviously, this is going to review where we have been and what we have done and what we have not done. And obviously, this is leading to the facts that we are on our scoreboard. I think when we started at the beginning of this year, we targeted that we increase our client base from where we are right now by each person bringing 3 clients each month. And starting with that, I'll say, as you see on the scoreboard, how many clients did we say would bring? We have 30 retainer clients right now who are sure of. And at the beginning of the year, we set that from 30, we are going to have at least 3 times as much. That is 90 clients. And we have failed. We have terribly failed. I'm sure you've seen from the scoreboard, we're not doing good. So going forward, 2024, I am the managing partner here. And as the managing partner, I've always told you as a team that this is not about me owning this law firm. It is us owning this law firm because my success, our success is my success, your success is our success. And our downfall is your downfall, my downfall. So when we look at these numbers, I'll just ask you, like Richard,
Yes.
how many clients did you bring in this year?
Brought in 2
How
clients.
many clients did you bring?
Just
That's from January 2023 to December now, 3 clients. And each month, you were supposed to be bringing in at least 3 clients.
one of the things that
So when you...
I just wanted to be transparent is I have so many day-to-day activities and I get caught up in so much to do. I didn't know where that list of priorities was bringing in the clients. So I guess I was banking on other people to do. I knew you were doing a lot of recruiting of clients and bringing in a lot. I guess I was hopeful that other people, because my day-to-days get so jam-packed. And then when it comes to the clientele, bringing in clientele, whatever energy or whatever time I have left invested, that's when I give to that. So I didn't know where that listed on my priority list, because I know this is a team goal, but I just didn't look at it as an individual. I thought the team
Yeah, I appreciate...
some of the slack.
Yeah, so I'm sure you've heard even Mary said the same and Kashinga said the same. Um, we it's unfortunate that I personally admit that I have not followed through to actually to hold you accountable, because I said we did put this benchmark to say you bring 3 clients each month. Well, almost at the end of the year and we're just closing up now. And like you say 2 clients the whole year. For me, this makes me very sad as a leader, especially that I think that I have not, and actually when I speak about I have not, because I feel so overwhelmed, very, very overwhelmed, because I have to hold you accountable. I have to do all the things that I need to do. I I have to deal with disciplining you people. I have to deal with getting clients, even if a printer is broken down, Lusungu, you have to come and tell me that the printer is broken down. God, I am exhausted. I'm not sure.
I can
I'm
see
exhausted.
I can most certainly see you're exhausted, and I do feel accountable for my lack. But I do know, remember in the beginning of the year when we were talking about the clientele and trying to maximize that 3 times our initial number of 30, I brought in a client that first week, and I was really excited, but I didn't feel the excitement around the office. I brought in the client. It's not that I need to be celebrated, but I was so excited to bring this person in and I felt the momentum, but then I just felt a lack of momentum because nobody even really acknowledged that I brought in the client, and then I brought in another one and the same thing. So then I kind of just gave up, if I'm being honest. I didn't give up on looking, but actively searching every day after my day-to-days and everything else. So that is a point of emphasis. Maybe moving forward, we can, we can celebrate our successes a little bit more, because I know that would help me, give me that little boost to go out and want to do a little bit more. I'm not saying it's needed, but I'm just saying it just makes me feel a little good. I can't talk for the rest of the team.
I appreciate that. And I guess that in celebrating the milestones, and Richard, I appreciate you bringing that. As I said, I am overwhelmed.
Yes, I understand.
I actually fail to even see that we need to celebrate these milestones, because I'm doing so much. And in doing so much, I guess even as we go forward in 2024, we will still focus on this goal of increasing our client base. And what we need to do, obviously, as a team is come up with ideas of how do we actually increase our client base. And we bring down to our goals, our lead measures, to what will lead, what do we need to do to get to a place where for 2024, right now we're sitting at 30 clients. I'll still give it back to the team to say each of us, at least the minimum, they should be able to bring 2 clients in that month. So meaning when we do the multiplication, we should be able to have around 90 clients by the end of the year. So we are going to put this as our goal, to increase our client base from 30 to 90 from 15 January when we get back to 15 December at the close of 2024. Is that okay?
I'm very clear. Can you just clarify one more thing for me and for everyone else? And I'll ask the question. I think I know the answer to it, but what are the ramifications if we don't hit that target? And you can be as frank and honest as possible. What are the ramifications? Is it, are we going to go under as a firm, as a company? Do we all lose our jobs? Or what are we looking at here?
So I will be revisiting your contracts, your employment contracts, because in each contract, there was a target amount that you're supposed to bring in. And I'm sure we all have thresholds. Kashinga, you are supposed to bring in an income of about 70,000 kwacha in a month. That's not happening. So for 3 consecutive months, if you do not bring that, I'm sorry, this is a measure that we have to take as a firm. I'm sorry, I have to terminate your contract of employment. Okay. So this is something that I know that I've been I haven't been too strong over, because I think all of you have come on board. Yes, as a team, I appreciate you, but we are not meeting our targets. So if you do not meet your targets, unfortunately, like any other law firm out there, you won't stay on. So I'm sorry, this is the measure that we take from 2024. So I will be reviewing together with HR your contracts of employment. I know that there are those things that we've just put in as an addendum so that you feel, but I just want to tell you that's going forward 2024. So even as we look at our lead measures, I know even when our lag here shows that we didn't achieve whatever we put for this year. So when we speak about 2024, we should have measures that will lead to us increasing our client base. And I appreciate what Richard said. One of the things we need to do is, how do we celebrate milestones? What do we do in celebrating milestones? How do we actually bring out the bright spots of another person? If they're doing good, how do we actually? So I will introduce commission for those people who will. One of the measures we'll introduce is a commission. So you bring in 2 clients that month and you meet your target over and above, you'll be getting a commission.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like that idea. One of the things is, and like I said, I'm only speaking for myself, and I'm sure others will either agree or disagree, is I feel as though I can see that you're overwhelmed and that you have a lot on your plate, and we see it every day. We also have a lot on our plates. Is there any areas that you can help me, and specifically to automate, either delegate to somebody else that I can automate, put it on autopilot, or maybe even eliminate, so I can focus more on our overarching goal, which is to bring in more clients, which drive the revenue. Is there anything that I can take off my plate as of right now that I can say, get rid of that, and I can just focus strictly on bringing in 3+ more clients per month?
Thank you for that question, Richard. One of our lead measures that we'll be focusing on, and actually, is to hire a tech consultant, because we're not doing too well in that area. And I'm sure if you look at our website, we can say our website needs to be redone. If we do not feed into our website, it's also a way that we can't. It also has actually prevented us from getting the clients that we need to get, because we have not gone public. Our website has been dead. So I know that you've been helping in just even the marketing area. I think we take that as an organization to review it. We're already with the partners, and we're speaking now about hiring a consultant who will come in as of January. So that will take off a few things on your plate, especially that now I know you used to go and just market by mouth to say we exist, but maybe you could now refocus yourself to say, put in your very best. And, sometimes a story can be told from a client. When you serve them well, they're able to bring another client. So I know you've done well, but what we need to do also as a firm, which I take responsibility of, we have not done well to go public and also bring in an aspect of where we feed into our social media and advertise our firm and market it to the place that it needs to be. And also a system also to bring to a book where we know what you are doing in that system, where we know that Richard brought in 2 clients. It's automated. I don't need to now physically or ask you, who did you bring in? So we have hired somebody who is coming in. We're hiring somebody who's coming in to help us with that. So we'll focus on that on the first 3 months. As we are doing that, also, I'm just going to appeal to all of you. It doesn't make you now go back and sleep and say, until this system is in place.
Yeah.
You still work as is, but knowing that we're actually now transforming our system to a place where we can be heard out there and be public. Yeah.
I think that makes me feel much better, knowing that in the next few months, we're going to have some help reinforcements on the digital aspect of it. So while we're doing the groundwork, the more of the grassroots, word of mouth, and quote unquote old school style getting out there,
yeah,
that we can have these platforms in place where we can reach a more broader audience. So that makes me feel much better moving forward. And actually just seeing the numbers up there associated with my name will definitely push me to be more. Plus there might be some friendly competition along the way with my colleagues.
And that would be helpful if you can come up, obviously, even as we hire these people to help with the digital, just us to go digital. And I mean, I'm not tech savvy. I appreciate that you young ones are helping me to do that. But we just also need to understand that our inputs is very much needed. So even as we have these consultants come on board, we're going to set aside 2 hours every day where we have each one of you in your different area of expertise to feed in the system of what will be asked of yourself. So this will just be a focus of what we're going to do is set up 2 hours each day to see that we get to where we need to be by December 15, 2024. Okay. I hope that all of you understand where we need to be, but if you need more details, I think this holiday, yes, it's a Christmas holiday, we can still exchange ideas on our platform, see how best we can kickstart 2024. I'm hopeful we can do this together and we will succeed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, that was good. That was good. You got it. How many, if I may ask,
Richard.
How many members do you have on your team? How many people were you?
So I have like 12.
12. Okay, got it. See, that's tough. And
Yes.
they didn't meet their
So
number.
I have none. I have like a managing partner. I'm a managing partner, sorry, and I have a partner. So when you are a partner, it's when you make 5 years at the bar. So that's when you make partner. So the rest of them are between 0 and 5
Okay.
associates. And I think the problem that I've suffered is more or less how they feel they're not ready enough to actually bring a client.
Okay.
And it's, no, you have to do it
Yeah.
because your years at the bar are higher. But I give an example to even like my driver or somebody who's cleaning at the office. I said, you can actually have just to commission someone, your commission is certified in a paper. That's a client,
Yes. Yes.
you know? So for me, I think that the problem has been, I'll admit this, the problem has been my lack of following what is Richard doing? How many clients? I get to see this when at the end of the month when I'm thinking, oh my, we
Yeah.
haven't met our target.
Yeah.
We haven't met our target. And then it goes into the next month, and then I say, we haven't met our target
Yeah.
again. And then I feel sick. And then it's the whirlwinds of every day that I
Yeah.
have to fix and do this and do that. And hey, I've been really discouraged this year, to
That's
be
what I was gonna
honest.
say. It sounds like some things that you did very well were, you just painted that picture like, hey, A plus B, well, 1 + 1 = 2. If this does not happen, we're going to review your contracts and there's a possibility of termination. So that may light that accountability fire. But also another thing was when you implemented, you were flexible enough as a leader to say, hey, we can add some commissions to this, some other incentives. If
Yeah.
money is the motivation, if when you're hitting your targets and going above, we can add that. Another thing was the meeting 2 hours each day with each person, when the letting them know that, I'm assuming, I don't know anything about the legal sector, but I'm assuming like I was assuming like I tend to do is they may feel overwhelmed. I don't know. I'm putting
Yes.
myself in there. They may feel overwhelmed. So they're like, okay, what's
And
most?
and actually, yes.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess that they will feel like that because even myself, I'll just be
Yep.
honest.
Of course.
If I was given the whole day, where I'll give you an example, like I have to appear in court tomorrow, and I'm working on documents to file in court. Would I have the time to sit 2 hours to fit into
Of course.
a
Yeah.
website? No, I wouldn't.
Of course. Yeah.
So all those things. So
Yep.
it's just like, are these realistic? And these are the things, yeah?
I think when you were talking, I was thinking about the book, and I think we're gonna read the book later in this class. It's from Michael Hyatt. It's called it's a focus book. I forgot the name. Well, he spoke early on at a town hall, and he said there's 3 things:
Yes.
automate, delegate, and eliminate. Find ways where you could automate your system so it's on autopilot.
Yeah.
Find ways
Okay.
to pass things off, delegate, pass them off to somebody else to take them off of your plate. Do you trust somebody else in your company to, here, you take this, and what can we just get rid of that are no longer serving a purpose here?
Yeah.
So if you can find ways
Yeah.
to automate, delegate, and that stuck out to me so many, I think it was last year. But also I
Yeah.
really like the way you said, you took your accountability and said, I haven't been following up. I'm waiting till the end of the month to look at the reports and then saying, wait, we haven't met our numbers, but also I am overwhelmed. So you took that accountability and showed them that vulnerability, like, I have to do better at following up. Or maybe you can have somebody else follow up that you trust, or somebody else. Sounds like you're completely overwhelmed, but I thought you relayed, you reinstated the goals for next year. The overarching goal of what's still the same. We want 90 clients.
Yeah.
And we're still
Yeah.
going to be more accountable towards that, but maybe this year we'll add some commission or some success. We'll celebrate more. You will be celebrated for the things that you do. So overall, I hope that your firm, they really take heed, because their jobs might be at stake, and nobody wants to feel overwhelmed
Yeah.
like that.
I'm not sure they even care.
So that's probably, I might just need a little bit of momentum, and a little bit of like a momentum a momentum boost. But everything, I know if they're thinking what they're, I don't know. I don't know these people were a hole in the wall, but my brain would think if somebody said like, if the owner or the hierarchy chart, you're on top, you say, well,
Yeah.
I'm completely overwhelmed. In my mind, and maybe naive or immature, it would say, this is your firm. You should be feeling the most of the pressure. You know, this is your
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this is your baby. And I don't want them to feel like that. I want them to feel like they're a part of it's their, and you said this, it's not my success, it's
Yeah.
our success. So how can
Our
how
success. Yeah.
we make them feel, have the buy-in that it's their firm, that they don't even see it as your firm. This is ours, and we cannot let it go down like that.
Our I really struggle with this, Richard. I'm just maybe just speaking into that is where I think that for lawyers, each one of them is thinking, I can be out of here in 5 years and
Yeah.
set up my own firm.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's even as you try so much to tell them it's ours,
Yes.
it's a lot.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's a
It's a
struggle.
lot. It's actually it's a struggle where it's even the environment. Like it's not just me struggling. I speak to others, my colleagues who are running firms, and this actually struggle in the same way where they say, like, look, people just walking and think they'll get paid and they don't want
Yeah.
to get clients. And my colleagues are going through that. And I'm thinking, so do you actually, you can't be a one-man show
Yes.
because if you're going to be a firm, you know, so how do you do this?
Yeah.
So many times I get discouraged, and many times I'm thinking, maybe I stop. Maybe I do get to a place like that. This course has actually helped me to see like a little bit of light to say, maybe I can actually now use what I'm learning to bring an environment where people now can, wow, you know,
Yes.
this is different.
Yes.
So like I'm saying, we're not going to sit in 2 hours in a meeting discussing how we should revamp our organization where somebody needs to go to court, somebody's life is at stake,
Yeah.
how are we going to do that?
Yes, that's true.
You know?
I think it's about, I never looked at it from that aspect of like in 5 years they can go to start their own practice or be there. So their brains, their bodies might be there, but their minds and hearts are 5 years away.
Yes.
Like, okay, all I have to do is stay here for
Yes.
5 and
Yeah.
deal with it. So their motivation is not.
Yes. Learn, get what I need to get, enhance my skill,
Of course.
and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's really a place where I say, wow. I know that even now when I do most of the projects at the end of the course, I do it with my team. They're appreciating even me doing, I did the working geniuses with them, a number of things that we've learned, like bring these practical things to an environment that is not used to doing that.
Yeah.
It's different if it's an organization where it's other projects or whatever, but this is a firm where lawyers are doing what they do.
Yeah.
And then now you're saying, okay, now what are your working geniuses? And then think, is she going mad?
No, you're right. I think
you know what I mean?
yeah. It's interesting to learn more about
Yeah.
your world. It's interesting to learn more about your practices in your world, and because it's so very different from mine, but some of the things are still the same. What's going to separate your firm from going out and a person starting their own practice or going to join another firm? Maybe it's an experience. Maybe that experience that they receive. Maybe it's that camaraderie, that teamwork. Maybe if there's a budget, you take all 12 members on a retreat, you know, once or twice a year to make them feel that, I don't know. I'm trying to find ways, but I can see the stress in your being, and I can understand that this is frustrating. But I hope that they get it together. And I think that if you implement some of the practices that you're learning throughout Townsend, and I know you're learning a lot about yourself just by knowing you over the last year and some change. I think everything's going to work out. I believe everything's going to work out in your favor. It is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's
well,
awesome.
for me,
I'm going to stop sharing this. Do you mind if I stop recording?
Yes. Yeah.
I forgot we were recording. That's my.